welcome back to my channel. So today for you I have my second simple changes video. It's a video series where I'm talking about the little habit changes that I'm making to live more sustainably. I just want to show you that most of the things that I do in my life to live more sustainably are not just about one-off big purchases like getting a reusable coffee cup or something like this. I want to show you that it's small things that add up over time. If you remember, about 3 weeks ago I had my first one of these videos and I showed you 3 ways that I was just reducing the amount of landfill I was producing. And today I'm going to show you first of all 2 food related items which reduce the amount of recyclable waste that I'm producing, and then at the end I'm going to talk about something completely different. Right, so let's get started. I went food shopping yesterday and one of the items I had on my list was to find oats which are sold in a sensible packaging. And the one I went with was this one, and the reason I did that was because it's sold in a paper bag instead of the 2 common alternatives which are a plastic bag or a cardboard box. So compared to the plastic bag, this is not going to be going into landfill, which is great, and compared to the cardboard box, it uses less materials, it weighs less, which means it has less impact because of transportation. Another reason for why I like these oats is that they're made in Ireland, which is not too far away from London where I live. So as a general point, that's good because it means they haven't been transported all around the world. So as you may know if you've seen some of my earlier videos, I'm actually recording the amount of landfill and recyclable waste that I'm producing to see how that changes over time. So if we have a look at these 3 packaging alternatives and assume that I buy one about every month, then over a year they produce the amount of waste which I'm going to put up on screen for you. So if we first compare the plastic bag with the paper bag, of course the paper bag is a lot better than the plastic bag because instead of putting all of that into landfill, the paper bag is recyclable. So that's really helpful. And then comparing the cardboard box with the paper bag, I'm saving over a year about half a kilogram of recyclable waste. So both of these alternatives are not as good as the paper bag in my goal of moving towards zero waste. And of course the best thing to do would actually be to buy the oats bulk, and that's something that I'm planning to do over the coming months. But until then I'm really happy with this paper bag of oats. It's a lot better than the 2 other alternatives. Alright, so now let's move on to the second food item that I have for you today. And that second item which I have for you is actually peanut butter. Now the reason why I'm actually excited about this is because it's the first time that I've bought peanut butter bulk. And the food shop that I go to sometimes is the Whole Foods in Richmond here in London, and they actually have machines for bulk peanut butter and I think also cashew butter. And so I went there yesterday and I was able to get myself some bulk peanut butter for the first time. I've already had some of it, it tastes really good, and what it means is that every time I want some peanut butter I'm not having to buy a new glass jar which then gets recycled and has all of the impacts related to that. So this glass jar is actually the one that I bought the last time I went shopping. What I did was I just washed it out after I had finished with it, and now I could go and fill it up with the bulk peanut butter. So there's nothing more really to say, I'm just really happy about that. I think it cuts down about 2 kilograms of waste every year. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. Let's move on to the final item. Alright, so the third and final thing that I want to let you know about today is something that you might well have heard of already. It's Ecosia, the search engine. So what I've done is I've just changed my standard search engine on my browser from Google to Ecosia. So for those of you who haven't heard of Ecosia yet, it's basically just a competitor to Google or Bing, but what they do is they use their ad revenue to plant trees around the world. So this is clearly a really good project and I want to support them by using their search engine. And so what I've done is I've changed my standard to them, and when I have any straightforward searches, for example I'm just looking for a website or maybe doing some Christmas shopping online, then I will use them and I know that I'm helping them out by helping them to grow. But I have to say that their search engine software is not as good as Google, and that is of course expected. So when I have some quick searches to do, for example for weather, what I'll do is I'll hit that into the URL bar and then just click on the Google button and it will give me the Google result for the weather, and that's a lot more helpful. So for now that's just a compromise between helping Ecosia grow and still getting the things done online that I need to get done. It also has this fun little counter in the top corner which shows how many searches you've done, and it says that approximately 45 searches will be equivalent to planting a tree. So that's quite fun, and I think I'm on around 75 searches at the moment or something like that. So I'm going to continue with that, and hopefully they'll keep improving their software and then I can start to use them even more in the future. Alright, so just to summarize today, I've shared with you 2 other ways that I'm moving toward producing less waste in my food shopping by looking for low packaging and bulk alternatives. And I've also let you know that I'm now using Ecosia as my standard search engine instead of Google. And before my next video, I'll just be thinking about more ways to live more sustainably here in London, and I'll let you know about those in my next one of these videos. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.